let's see. I'm still trying to get some of the stream stuff working. I think after. Oh, let's see. There we go. We're good.
Yeah, my stream didn't go.
Yeah, it's still loading a little bit.
It
But
takes
yeah,
No, like
it
no,
takes
like it
some
won't let me click on Instagram.
Oh, it's like bugged. It
Yeah.
takes a little bit. But we are here. We are here. Football After Hours, episode 3, one of our favorite shows of the year, the 2025 QB draft. We have 35 quarterbacks available for selection, 7 rounds. The order non-snake is, let's see, it is Shane, Brandon, Scoop, Will, and myself. Are you guys ready for this? This should be a lot of fun.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
most definitely.
Scoop, do you need any help with the Instagram, or is it just bugged for some reason?
It's not letting me click at all. Like it's not even like the cursor's not even letting me click.
Oh, okay. If you
I'm
want,
sorry.
I can reset it, but it's not. But don't worry about it; it should be fine. But yeah, let's do this, guys. I'm really excited. So round 1, Shane, go ahead, get started.
All right. Number 1 pick. Give me the reigning MVP, Josh Allen. You
Yep.
know, I mean, I think that's fairly self-explanatory. I think, in my opinion, strongest arm in the league. One of the most accurate passers, which he wasn't at the start of his career. So, you know, glad he turned that around. But also just so physically dominant. I mean, he's so hard to bring down, and he's super fast too for his size. So, I mean, yeah, I don't think that needs too much of an explanation.
Yeah, I had him at 1. So, did everyone have him at 1?
Yeah. I had him at 1.
Wait, what was number 1 again?
Josh
It
Allen.
was Josh
Josh
Allen.
Allen.
Josh Allen? Yeah, I can see Josh Allen. I was thinking Mahomes, but he might be number 2.
Yeah, that's where I had
But I'll
Mahomes.
go
I still
Josh
had
Allen number 1.
Mahomes. I know that he got rocked in the Super Bowl, but I still had Mahomes at 1 for the time being.
Nah, I think it's fair. Let's see. And then we go with Brandon at number 2. What do you got?
Yeah, for me, you know, you would think it's Patrick Mahomes, but by the numbers, he's regressed the last 2 years. I mean, yes, he's made a Super Bowl, he's won of 3 Super Bowls, all these different things. But to me, if I'm going at number 2, I'm going to go with a guy who basically has, I mean, you know, no help to help him win games, just like a Josh Allen, sort of. And I'm going to go with another guy he finds ways to win and he balls out. I'm going to go with Joe Burrow.
Yeah, that's a good one.
He was my number 2 as well.
Same here.
He was my number 4.
I don't know. Mine's is actually it's not Mahomes for number 2 for me. I actually have Lamar Jackson as number 2.
I thought about it.
Are you taking him with this, or are you thinking about taking him right now, depending on what Scoop ends up doing? Now that I mean, we'll see. But Will, what are your thought process on that?
I think so far with that, I'm thinking because Joe Burrow has some great moments and stuff like that of not having much help, but honestly, I feel like with Lamar statistically, with him being so close with Josh Allen as far as the MVP race, it makes sense for him being number 2. But I can agree with Joe Burrow also being number 2 because they're both good cases for being number 2.
Yeah. All right, Scoop, with that soothing background music. I don't know if you can hear it, but dude, it's too soothing, dude.
Yeah, no, for real.
It keeps you locked in for this draft. What do you have here? Are you taking Lamar?
I'm not taking Lamar. I'm not gonna take the guy that people might think that I'll be taking here either. I've been really impressed with his rebound the last couple of years. I've been really impressed with the way he's led his offense, and I do still think he's going to get back to another Super Bowl, even though he hasn't been to one since. Sorry? What happened?
No worries, Scoop. Go ahead.
You guys can hear me, right?
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
good. You're good.
Yeah, good.
Oh, thank God. Okay, that was just scared me for a second. I do still think he's going to get back to another Super Bowl, even though he hasn't been to one since his time in LA. I'm going Jared Goff here.
I love it. I love
like
the
that,
boldness.
actually.
I
Okay,
love the
It's
boldness.
bold. It's bold, but I
It's
like it.
very bold, but I like it a lot. I had him at 8,
Mhm.
but you know what? I respect the boldness, man. Taking your guy early. I like it. I like it a lot. Shane, where did you have
You
him?
did he?
I
Oh, my bad. You can go, Shane. I didn't hear him.
I have him 7.
Okay. Will, where
So
did you
still
have
top
Goff?
10, but
Yeah,
Yeah.
still top 10.
I couldn't hear Scoop, but did he say Jalen Hurts
No, he
no.
said Goff.
No,
He took Goff.
Jared Goff.
for quarterback?
Yeah, he took
Yeah,
Goff.
no, he took
I don't know about
Goff.
I picked Goff. Oh, Jared Goff. Jared
Yeah.
Goff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he took
That's
Goff.
I don't know about Goff because okay, sure, statistically he's top 5, but he did throw some picks. Of course, he had that one. He threw a lot of picks versus the Texans, and he still won that game. But man, he did cost the Lions that game versus the Commanders. So I can't put him that high. But
That wasn't his fault.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
It's fair. Will, who are you taking here? Are you taking Lamar
number 3?
here?
Oh, for number 2?
Yeah,
Mahomes
for
still
your
hasn't been
pick.
taken too.
Mahomes
Yeah, I would
still hasn't been
hope so.
taken.
I was surprised.
Yeah,
you
I
didn't take him
I
since he was number
say
1, Scoop.
Lamar for number 2.
Yeah, so who
You're
do you
taking
got?
Lamar here?
hmm
All right. So Lamar goes off the board to Will.
He was 4 for me.
He was 3 for me.
Yep, 3 for me too. Actually, wait. Actually, he was 2 for me.
Interesting. I'm up. I am taking Jalen Hurts.
I hate you.
I'm taking
That was-
Jalen Hurts to finish the round. I had him at 2, actually,
I
Yeah,
have
which-
3.
which is maybe a little bit wild, but I'm all right with that.
yep. I will never stop defending my Pookie, my quarterback from the critics that say he's not top 5. I'm not arguing. I've always said it, I'm not arguing he's 1 through 4. I'm arguing he's 5th. But he is 5th. I could give you
Yeah.
a stat sheet.
No, it's fine. I think, look, him going in the first round is the right way to approach this.
Mhm.
So I'm happy I got him here. All right, Shane, you start up the second round.
Well, I don't know why both Will and Scoop passed on this guy since he was their number 1, but I guess I'll go Patrick Mahomes here. I have him 5th right now. I don't think he played well at all last year.
Yeah.
And I think him being 5th is more so legacy.
Which is respectable, right? It's respectable.
I mean, realistically, I think there are definitely much more than 4 quarterbacks better than him at the moment. But I mean, I feel like it's wrong to let him slide too much more. So
Yeah, no, I think it's
Yeah.
totally fair. I'm good with that. All right, let's see. Scoop is next, correct?
No, it's me.
Oh, it's you. Yeah, my bad.
It's me. And I mean, to me, I'm gonna go with the guy who I had at number 6 on my list, but I get him at 7, so I get him where I want him. I'm taking Baker Mayfield.
Baker Mayfield. Okay, I'm good with
Yep.
that. I had him at 7, so I don't hate that.
I have him
Um,
8. So yeah,
Okay, totally fine. Scoop, go ahead with your selection, my man.
Well, that's exactly who I was just going to take. So,
Yeah.
We're stealing already, baby.
Because Scoop, I know you love Baker to death because all you do is
Yeah.
talk about Baker.
what I do is defend him because he's the most ridiculously hated for no reason quarterback I can think of.
Yeah.
I don't
but-
feel like he is anymore.
not
No,
even
no,
close.
God, he's
not
not.
even. He's gotten his respect since he moved to Tampa.
Yeah.
But So coming off of him not being there, and I know this is probably a little bit early, but I love the guy since he was coming out of college. I was pissed that he went to Washington, and I can't get over what I saw last year and going into the playoffs. Give me Jaden Daniels.
I like it.
Nice. I had him at 6. I'm pretty happy with what he's. I mean, look, it's one season, so you can disagree all you want with him being in the top 10 after a rookie season. I think that's totally fair. But yeah, man, it's best rookie year out of a quarterback ever. Just unbelievable stuff.
I have him 6 as well. So yeah.
Yeah, shockingly enough, I have him. I don't have him in my top 10 right now.
And that's because
fair.
he's a rookie, right?
If you wanted to get more of a body of work from him, I very much understand that.
That's basically my only gripe. That's why I have him. I have him right outside the top 10. I have him. Where did I put him? I put him. Where's my list? Hold on, my list. I had him at 11. So
again, totally fine, right? You have him right outside the top 10. I think that's fair. Yeah. All right, Will, you're up. Who are you taking?
So we are going number 3, right?
Round 3, baby.
Okay.
Oh no, this is round 2.
Round 2.
This is round 2.
Yeah.
So I guess next one I have to choose because I know first I agree with okay, so I agree with I had the Josh Allen one, and then I had Josh Allen number 1. I had Lamar number 2. So yeah, third round. So yeah, the next one I would have to say I picked Joe Burrow for that round.
Oh, Burrow's off
Burrow's
the board.
taken.
Look at who's available.
What's available?
Yeah, because I'm keeping track of who we've picked, and I'm taking them off the board as they go.
Yeah.
Okay. Dang. So Burrow's off, Mahomes off.
Yep.
Yeah, Mahomes, Mayfield, and Daniels just went.
Okay, next one I pick is I pick Jaden Daniels.
Jaden already went. He just went. Will, come on, dude.
Wait, who took Jaden Daniels?
Just now. Scoop just took him.
I couldn't hear him. I tried to. I couldn't hear him.
Oh, that's weird.
Okay.
It's weird, man.
Yeah, I know.
You gotta change your mic.
Yeah, so basically, Will, we got the big, basically 5, 6, 7 quarterbacks you could think of off the board. We've got Allen off, Burrow's off, Goff is off, Lamar's off, Hurts is off, Mahomes off, Mayfield off, and then Scoop just took Daniels.
JD.
It gets tough around this point though too.
It does, yeah.
It does. So I guess, dang, this is gonna be a huge reach. So I guess I'll pick Sam Darnold.
Oh, Jesus Christ! What is going on?
My brother, that is not a reach. That is a pulled shoulder, my guy.
But I think because of how great Sam Darnold year he has, I think he might be a best runner-up choice.
Oh my God! I had him at
just
19.
a couple of months ago. You were saying that he was not good anymore.
Well, I said I used to before I saw him playing versus the Vikings, or when he was on the Vikings. He started. He had that year, so.
Damn, I had him at 19. Brandon, Shane, Scoop, where did you guys have him?
15.
Outside my top 20.
Damn. Okay. Jeez.
Yeah, I had him low. I had him 24.
Well, I'm not taking away anything from his year last year, but man,
it's hard.
I can't get the amount of times.
You guys pick.
Will, sorry, Scoop is talking. Go ahead, Scoop. Sorry.
No, I was just saying I'm not taking away anything from last year, but I can't get the amount of times I watched him in New York and in Carolina.
I
still want to see how much of that was Kevin O'Connell's offense versus his natural ability.
Totally fair. We'll go ahead on that.
Yeah.
With Darnold.
Yeah. I know Sam Darnold wasn't. Yeah, he came out knowing the expectation was low, especially when McCarthy when he went he wanted to have the he had. Um, Matt Stafford because I don't think he was chosen yet. Um, so I was thinking, well, I think I'll pick Darnold. It was hard,
Yeah.
much
Yeah.
as I'm thinking about, but that's what I was thinking as far as what I picked.
But yeah, that's interesting.
That's
Okay.
a that's a shakeup.
That is a huge one. Where did I'm gonna check my
Yeah,
board here because now I'm up. Uh, give me Jordan Love, please.
interesting. I don't
I
hate it.
had him at 9.
I had him 14.
Yeah, I had Jordan Love at 13.
Okay.
I had him 10 last year, but I feel like he regressed quite a bit.
Yeah,
And
Yeah, the
I think-
injuries were a big thing too.
Right. I think that's a big part of it, but still. But yeah, I'm optimistic he'll bounce back, but we'll see.
Yeah, I think that's totally fair. So let's see. All right, Shane,
it
go
goes back to
ahead.
Shane. Yep.
Oh, it is my turn. Okay.
Stay
wow.
focused
Okay.
here, boys. We're grinding through.
Mhm.
No, I'm just after the last 2 picks. I'm like, whoa, all right.
Yeah, you're like shaking. You're shaking in
Yeah,
your boots.
you like recalibrate. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll go with the guy I have it at number 9, which is the Oregon Duck, who now plays in the AFC West.
Yeah.
Herbert.
Which one?
Wait, so now they both. Is it basically just Herbert? Who's the?
No.
Herbert and Bo Nix. Hello.
Bo Nix.
You're taking Bo?
No, I'm taking Herbert.
Yeah, you could take Bo after one season. Stop that.
No, I know. I was just like,
You were messing around a little bit.
yeah, because there are 2 Oregon quarterbacks.
Yeah,
in the AFC West.
I'm the only one that caught that because that's my college football team.
Yeah, it's all right. But yeah,
I mean,
Herbert.
it could have been Dylan Gabriel.
That's true. Oh shit. Well, I mean,
Well,
not
he's
that division,
AFC
but
North.
still.
Oh yeah, AFC North. Yeah, well actually, yeah, you could have said, oh yeah, I'll take the Oregon Duck that plays in the AFC. So it's like, yeah, which one? There's what, 3 of them?
Oh, I didn't hear him say AFC West. My bad.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, you're totally fine.
but
It shut me through a bolt too.
But there is it's funny because like imagine if Mariota was still on the Raiders, then it would be.
Oh
That
my
would be,
god, I didn't even think
I didn't
about
even think
that.
of that.
But anyways, Herbert. I mean, I think people kind of forget about him being in the AFC West, kind of being in Mahomes' shadow and everything. But he. I mean, let's be honest. He last year, didn't have the biggest, greatest stats, but let's consider the eye test. He still is very accurate, has a really strong arm, moves around pretty well, and it's just he diagnoses plays really well. And now he plays in a very run-heavy offense, so he doesn't. I don't think he necessarily. It makes him look not as good as he is, just because he doesn't have to do as much. But he still definitely is capable and shows it. So,
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll take him here.
I think I'm gonna do a quick shake up with this draft since it's 4 of us now because Will had to head out. Let's see. Do you guys want to add or remove any quarterbacks? I know we had 30.
Let's just add.
This, right?
Let's just add Jackson Dart back in.
Okay, you want to add Jackson Dart back into the fold? Okay,
Yeah.
So we
I like
have-
that. Is that 37 though?
No, that's
Or is that-
36.
That's 36.
36.
Okay.
I thought it was 38. Whoops.
Because then,
Oh no, because we took out the two guys. My bad.
Yeah, so for reference, we took out Kirk Cousins and Jackson Dart. So now we're putting Dart back into the fold here, which I like. Okay, 36. That's fine. I'm down. I'm totally good with that. Okay. And all right, Scoop. All right, Brandon. Jesus, we keep messing up, you two.
Lock in. Jesus.
Lock in, bro. All right, Brandon. I'm trying to look at my board. I'm still. Brandon, go ahead.
excuses.
Yeah.
True. It's very much excuse.
I mean, listen, it's our first one of the year, and on top of that, it's not just our first one of the year, but it's like it's our first one with a whole new kind of setup. So we're getting
with a whole new system. So we're still getting used to everything. But yeah, go ahead, Brandon.
So I'm gonna go with the last guy that's still remaining in my top 10 that no one has said yet. Who is a Super Bowl champion, by the way. Give me Matt Stafford.
Yeah, he's 10 for me.
Nice.
Yeah,
Stafford.
I love his game. I mean, listen, last year was a little bit of a down year, but part of that, he was dealing with. I know he was dealing with a couple. He got roughed up a little bit, and when he gets roughed up, he took a lot of injuries in his time in Detroit. Those pile up at the end of your career. So now with LA, he can't. Certain things he really can't do anymore, but still, he has a strong arm. He's still an accurate arm. His receivers kind of let him down a little bit last year. They were a little bit unhealthy last year. So, I mean, overall, even though it was a down year, it wasn't the worst year. And on top of that, he just gets to the playoffs. He figures it out. So I said it even back when he was in Detroit, around the 2018 season, right after the Super Bowl that we won. I said even then Matt Stafford is a Hall of Fame quarterback, and I still believe that. And obviously now it's definitely true. So I had to take him at 12. I feel like to have him fall this far it's a little bit crazy, but I don't hate it. But I had to take him. He's the last one in the top 10 for me, so I had to take him.
Yeah, Scoop. How do you feel about Stafford going here?
I'm not entirely surprised. I think that had it not been the way that this past season went a little bit, I think he might have gone. I know a lot of people that still consider him a top 10 quarterback. Certainly when healthy. But I agree with the concept that he's also not who he was anymore, and yet at the same time, 80% of Matt Stafford is still better than a lot of quarterbacks in the league.
Yep.
So I think this is very fair, and I almost think that he's kind of a little bit of what we thought Aaron Rodgers was a couple of years ago.
Yeah. The thing for me with Stafford is I still I have him at 17. I still and that might be a little bit off, but I think the age is catching up with him, but I don't mind the pick at all. It's still right around in range.
Yeah.
I think for me, the biggest thing with him is he still gets it done when it matters most.
That's
100%. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
All right, Scoop. It is now officially your turn. Go ahead.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go. What the hell? Sorry, the lightning literally was just right in my face.
I have respect for you doing this in a lightning storm. I'd be so scared.
Yeah, no, the lightning strike, the bolt was right in front of me.
Dude, I have immense respect for this.
Anyways, so anyway, I looked through, and I was looking at kind of the guys who were still available, and I'm looking at a guy who in the last 3 years is one of the top guys in completion percentage, one of the top 3 guys in both fourth quarter comebacks and game-winning drives. And I know people say that's a little bit of a flawed statistic, but we're looking at a guy who was on a team the last 3 years who was 25th, 2 out of the 3 years in defense. So he had a lot on his back. And I'm talking about the former New York Jets bust, as they called him for too many years. I'm talking about Geno Smith.
Geno! That's fun. That's fun. I had him right at 32, but I see where you're coming from. But I had him really low. I'm not a big Geno guy, to be fair.
Trust me, I'm not a big Geno fan either. But when I think about, again, what is most important for a quarterback is getting it done in big games, it's being accurate, and it's being able to pick up your defense when they need it to. And the last 3 years, at least, he's gotten all those three things done.
Yeah, Shane. Well, what do you think about it?
Yeah, no offense, Robert, but 32 is way too low for Geno.
That's low.
I'm not a huge fan. Okay, I'm not.
Oh, I know. But I have him 19. I mean,
Oh, look at that. Me and Shane got to there's telepathy. I had him at 18. I had him at 18.
That's
yeah,
fair.
I mean,
I did think I took him about a round or two earlier than somebody might, but
I mean, I don't hate it.
I wanted to get him in this draft, so I figured I'll take the risk on that.
Yeah, you can take it. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, at 13, I don't mind it. Because the thing is, I mean, is Geno, is he the kind of guy who's overly productive like an Allen or a Burrow? No, but I think given the not the right situation, but I think he's shown in the last few years that, like Scoop said, he can put the team on his back and get game-winning drives and do things that not every quarterback in this league can do. And I think he's probably one of the 5 most accurate quarterbacks in the league. I think his athleticism is also very underrated. I think he's a lot faster than people realize. The only thing really for me with Geno is just between the ears. I mean, I think he just makes some kind of bad decisions with the ball sometimes. But again, it's not. I don't know that that's entirely his fault because
right. That's where my head was. Like, some of it, I think, was a victim of circumstance.
Yeah, I mean, last year especially, that was one of the most pass-heavy offenses in the league, and I think a large part of it was just because the running game was anemic behind that incredible offensive line. Not so. I mean, well, their running backs they were all just banged up all year, and they couldn't do anything.
Forced to throw the ball, yeah.
So they were forced to throw the ball. And granted, Seattle's defense was definitely better last year than they had been in previous years, but
yeah, they went up to 12th. They went up to 12th in the league last year after being 25th the previous 2 years.
Right. So the Mike McDonald effect. So yeah, I don't mind. I mean, little high for me, but I don't mind it.
I will interject this. The guy that I would have taken here originally was not eligible for this draft.
Wow.
Kirk?
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow. Okay.
Wow.
Okay. Brandon, go ahead and finish this off on Geno.
Right. Well, yeah, I was gonna say no. I thought you were going to your pick.
No.
Yeah, no. I mean, I'm with you guys. Like, I'm not a big Geno guy. I never really was, even when he had that great season. Up in Seattle. I've never been. Even years ago when he came out of the draft, I was like, ain't nothing special about Geno Smith. But I mean, when given the circumstances that he's had, he's made the most of what he's had. So, I don't really, blame him too much. Like Shane said, yeah, some of the throws are just not. There's a lot of backbreaking and interceptions, and there's a lot of times where you're looking at him and you're like, there's nobody open. Where are you throwing the ball? But I mean, and we even said that as we're watching games last year. When you guys were watching them, and I was, watching with you, or I was streaming it. I was seeing what you guys were seeing, and I'm like, hearing you guys freak out about it. I'm like, that's a horrendous throw. The turnovers are an issue, but at the same time, I mean, he does still have his moments, and I think that's important. I don't know if I would have taken him there. What are we at? 13?
Yeah, 13.
Yeah, I don't know if I would have gone at 13. I probably would have waited another round, but I don't hate it. I think that's fair enough. I think at his potential, he could be like on the fringes of top 10. So don't hate it. Don't hate it.
Yeah.
Let me put it this way. I think this is a good way to sum up Gino. As somebody who watched almost every game of his last 3 years, I think he, at least in my opinion, he won the Seahawks a lot of games, but he also lost them a lot of games.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like you never really know. But either his consistency with accuracy will drive you and get it done, or his turnovers will cost you, essentially.
Yeah.
He's quite literally a boom or bust quarterback.
100%. He's the ideal 100% of that. I'm up. Give me CJ Stroud.
I like it.
I look, the rookie season was great. Sophomore season, not so much. I think he'll bounce back. I really do. And that's why I have him at 11. I just think he's a really good bounce back candidate. And yeah, I still have a lot of hope for him after last year. Where do you all have him?
13. So right about here.
Yeah. What did I have him on mine? I had him. Let me scroll up my list. I had him at 10.
Okay. Right on the money. Scoop, how about you with CJ Stroud?
I have, a little bit lower than y'all, which kind of violates my own comment where I said like I was going to look past the only 1 year of play, but I think that what was done with or not 1 year of play, but about that kind of range of games, but I think that I saw more that just wowed me with Daniels than Stroud, which is why I was comfortable putting him a little bit higher. Stroud to me is kind of more of like that 16, 18 type range.
Yeah, I think that's totally fair. I think with the sophomore slump, and you never know how the third year is going to go. But yeah, totally fine. All right, Shane is up now. There we go. Getting this right. I wrote it down. Shane, you're up.
All right. I'm now going to take an Oregon quarterback who plays in the AFC West.
This is the actual one that we weren't thinking about, or I wasn't.
Stop being in sync with me, Shane. That was going to be my pick next.
This time, however, this time he's not named Justin Herbert. He's named Bo Nix.
Oh,
wait! I thought Bo Nix was gone.
No.
What? I would have
Herbert.
I would have taken him if I would have taken him like 2
You're
rounds
tripping
ago.
up. Shane, you're tripping up other people. Stop with the lingo.
No, it's my freaking that everybody keeps cutting out.
Oh no, that's not good.
Anyway, that's my own fault. Go ahead, man.
Sorry about that. Yeah, no. So
you're not sorry. Don't.
No, I'm not.
It ain't your fault. Come on.
I mean, I kind of am, but anyways, no, I had Bo Nix 11. I know he was a rookie. It was only one season, all that, but everybody talks about how great of a rookie season CJ Stroud had last year. I thought Bo Nix was even better than that. His rookie season, better than CJ Stroud, and had Jaden Daniels not existed, I think he would have been a runaway, unanimous rookie of the year. I think with Denver, he's going to continue to thrive with having a good offensive line, having a guy like Sean Payton being your signal caller,
and he's got the elite defense to give him the ball back.
Right, and I think they added some nice skill pieces too, so that'll help. So I think he's definitely set up for success. But yeah.
I had him 14.
All right, yeah.
No, we're all roughly about the same. I had him at 12. I'm always one behind Shane. I'm literally at every quarterback. I'm like one behind.
Scoop, where you actually have
we're just
him?
Great.
Me?
Yep.
I had him 10.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Right around the range. Yeah, but this is bad for you, Brandon, because now you pick and your guy's off the board
Yeah,
again.
I know, and you know what's funny? In every draft, it's always Shane that screws me over. It never fails. Um,
We're
I mean,
just like, you know.
yeah. So I think at this point, there's only two guys I feel comfortable going with here, and I mean I hate both quarterbacks to death. Because I hate both fan bases. But if I had to pick one right now, you know what? It's hard, but give me the guy that was closer to the MVP than the other guy at one point in his career. Give me Dak Prescott. I have to take him here.
And you know what? Okay. You know what's funny? Those two guys that you're saying, I have neck and neck here as well, because I think I
Yep.
know the other guy you're thinking.
Yeah, because on my list I have them literally like right next to each other.
Yeah,
So
so do I. I already know.
Does
I'm
the
very
other guy's name rhyme with Proc Birdie?
Ah!
you'd be right.
Ah!
Yeah.
Scoop, are you actually going to take Brock Purdy here or no?
Excuse me, sorry. Well, who was on the clock after Brandon?
Well, I just went.
No,
So
No. I know you took Dak, and then who goes next?
you go next. You're
you
up.
go
Okay.
next.
Are you taking
Okay.
Purdy, dude?
It was about to be Dak.
Oh my god!
Got him.
This
Got him.
it feels a little too early for me to take Brock Purdy. I do respect what he's done, but I think some of it's relative to his draft position, and that just really doesn't affect me here. So that all coming into play, can we take players who might not like be able to play the entire season or no?
Well, it's only who's available at the 36.
Okay.
Yeah, and we have what? We have 19 left.
Yeah.
Here. Can someone repost the list because I don't have the list?
Oh, absolutely.
Thank
Okay,
you.
yeah,
Absolutely,
that
we
would
can
help.
do that.
Yeah, copy what we have, Rob.
Yeah,
Right now.
I will send the link in the chat again.
Thank you. My apologies.
No worries. I think
'Cause
that
I-
should go through.
Well, send the current link because if you send them all 36, it's going to be.
Well, you just sent me something that says I need to request access.
Oh my god, my bad. I'm posting the wrong one. Because I'm still on
What?
mine.
what a stream, boys.
Hey,
We're doing great, guys.
This is great. This is great. We're making it.
Listen.
We're making it work.
Yeah,
There we go.
Thank you.
That
I lo-
one.
I always love how every time we do position
Okay.
drafts, like either
Something
coaching,
goes awry. Something
So-
goes awry.
Okay. Yeah. So the guy that I wanted is there. Okay, that's what I thought, but I just wanted to be sure. And I know he gets said that he gets elevated by his coach. He gets elevated by a good offense. I don't care. I still think he's a good quarterback. I still think that he carries that team a lot more than people give him credit for at times. I know he gets banged up, but I'm going to take my brother in concussion Christ, and I'm going to take Tua Tagovailoa.
My brother in concussion, Christ.
Yeah,
Oh my lord.
I had him
Okay.
12.
I had him 16.
Okay,
And this is 17th pick, right? So that's about right.
I guess I'm a Tua hater because I think he's cooked. I put him not cooked, but like I put him at 20. I think the concussions are too much at this
But
point.
it's we're also getting to a point where I'm like, who am I taking over him? Like most of the guys that we have.
Are we at that point pretty much?
Oh, we're at that
yeah.
we're at that point where there's red
I think I'm
flags
about
for
to be.
every single one of these guys. There's red flags all over this list right now.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, and then
Here's-
just
Well, yeah. I mean, my thing with Tua is like he Yeah, I think he's. I think he's a lot. I mean, yes, the health is a concern, obviously. But people always say, "Oh, he's elevated by his coach." You watched a Miami game with Mike McDaniel without Tua. It's awful.
It's
It's
yeah.
it's it's it's
He
atrocious. Yeah.
Yep.
is not. I don't think he's elevated. I don't think he is elevated by Mike McDaniel. I think Mike McDaniel is elevated by Tua. To be honest with you,
Yeah.
and so because that can go either way. So, yeah, and he's just. I mean, yeah, he doesn't have a very strong arm, but he's very efficient, and as long as it's not snowing or he's
I was waiting for the snow comment.
as well. Actually, let me rephrase that. As long as it's not like under 40 degrees, and as long as he's healthy, I think he's pretty good. But
Basically, Tua is the greatest quarterback in the world if you take out the last 2 months of the season.
yeah,
Pretty much.
yeah, pretty much,
And
yeah.
just keep him in Miami the whole calendar year.
Yeah.
All right, let's finish the round. Give me Brock Purdy, and let's call it there with that one.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
16
fair.
for me.
Yep, 12 for me.
Yeah, where was Brock on mine? I mean, I know Brock and Dak were back. Yeah, Brock was. Shane, where'd you have him?
16.
Look at us. Look at us. 15,
Is that where you had him?
I had him 15.
Where'd you have Dak?
I have Dak at 14.
I have him 17.
But well, my God, we're in sync.
Scoop, where did you have?
We should get married or something.
Oh Jesus! Scoop, where did you have Brock Purdy?
Brock Purdy, 19, I think.
Okay.
That's fair enough. Yeah, we got him in that range. Yeah.
All right, Shane, get us going with the next round.
All right, I'll take the guy that looks like a toddler when he runs.
I love how I know exactly who
Yes.
this is.
Yes.
He
I
looks
have
like
no
a toddler. He looks like a toddler running away from his dad, who's mad at him. Give me Kyler Murray,
Yeah,
the Call of
Kyler.
Duty man.
See, I had no idea who you were talking about.
Oh, man.
I have him 18. He's obviously very fast, very athletically gifted. I think he also has a much stronger arm than people give him credit for. I just have concerns with his mental process as he's in the pocket or not in the pocket because he likes to run around. And kind of his. I don't want to say he's lazy, but like when you literally have to put a clause in his contract limiting the amount of time he spends on video games, like that's a problem. All right.
Well, it was more saying, "Hey, you have to go into the film room more," which is even worse, I would argue.
Well, yeah, but I mean, regardless, it's like that's not when you're one of the 32 starting quarterbacks in the National Football League. That should not be a concern of yours. That's a concern of mine as a high school coach with my freshman players who are new to this and don't know what's going on.
You're like,
right.
"Hey, watch film." Yeah.
I don't have to remind my junior and senior starters to watch film. They do it. And they're kids. They're 16, 17 years old. This guy's being paid hundreds of millions of dollars to play this game. Like, dude,
Look at like Jamarcus Russell. He didn't even bother to even open a playbook or watch film once.
Right. Yeah.
You guys know, I'm sure you guys know about the videotape saga with Jamarcus Russell.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
It's so infamous. They talked about it in the freaking Draft Day movie.
Yeah.
I forgot about that, to be honest with you.
Oh no, you should. We should erase that movie entirely. It's so bad.
But no, when Kyler Murray runs, especially when he's escaping pressure or a blitz or something like that, the way he because he's.
This sounds so bad.
It does,
It's
but
true.
I just
But it's true.
the way because he puffs his chest out and his back is arched like this, and he runs around in a circle. He literally
Scoop
looks
is
like
so confused.
dude. He watch it. He literally looks like a toddler running away from his dad
Mhm.
with a piece of candy. It's like Kyler, get back here with that. He's like, ha, catch me. that's
Oh, Jesus.
literally what it looks like.
Oh my god.
Anyways,
Scoop, where'd you have Kyler Murray?
Excuse me. I think 16. I want to say.
Okay. Yeah. So you and me are pretty much in lockstep because I had him at 15.
Yeah, I had him,
Right.
I actually had him low. I had him lower. This is the one. I think the only one where I was like, I don't know why I had him low, but I think I just did just because I don't know. I guess just probably just the fact that I don't like his mental. I think as much as the other
Yeah.
guys.
Yeah.
And
we're getting to that point where we have significant issues.
yeah. So I had him on mine. I had him at 22. But
Okay. Yeah.
I don't hate.
All
that.
right. All right, Brandon, you're up.
yeah. Jesus.
I feel like now we're really in the dog days.
Now this is bad. Now this is
Yeah.
bad.
Kyler Murray to me is the last one that was like redeemable.
Yeah.
Now it's just like
Yeah, now it's like now it's like no matter what you pick, there is a red flag, or several.
Or just rookies / young players.
I mean, oh my god, like
yeah.
there's like 4 guys I consider at this spot, but the problem is that 2 of them are on their last legs, and the other 2 are one of them is super young, and one of them is just completely injured all the time. Not all the time, but lately. Damn. Oh boy, I don't even want to make this pick. I hate it.
Wait till we get later.
Yeah, I know we still have 2 more rounds of this, which is awful. Okay, at this point, I'm gonna go with the last guy that I basically had in my like top half ish. So, with that, I will say. Actually, let me make sure that he's the last one. Okay, yeah, he's the last one I have on my the highest one I have left on my board. So I'm going to go, and this might seem crazy, but when you think about it, it's not. Give me Trevor Lawrence.
That's the last one I had in my top 20. I had him at 18.
Yeah,
I am 26.
yeah, that's the one that's gonna be all over the place. Like right here's where we're gonna start getting to be all over the place.
Yeah.
So-
Scoop, what about you for Lawrence?
I'm not a Lawrence guy. I think I had him 28th. But then again, there is only one guy left who's in my top 22. So
Yeah,
And you're up. So
the other guys. Yeah, when we get to
what's
the other guys, I'll tell you why when they get picked. Why
Okay.
why I didn't take them here.
Scoop, what is left in your top 22? You're up.
all right, well, this is the last guy, and obviously you know where I have him ranked. I have him ranked 22nd, and that was probably my boldest move of this whole thing. But last year, I really liked him coming out of college. I thought he went to the best possible place for himself. We know that they're all in on him, and he's going to be playing behind what's ranked as the number 7 offensive line in football this year. So even though he hasn't played a down of NFL football in the regular season, I think he's going to have a solid rookie year. Give me Mr. J.J. McCarthy.
Interesting.
I like it. You know,
Rated.
I like it. He actually was 22 on mine as well. Again,
wow.
no down of football is what's gonna, make it hard. But yeah, I think projection is fine.
The problem that I have with the rest of these guys left is that I'd literally rather have somebody with no experience than what I've seen from these guys.
In the NFL. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shane, where do you have JJ?
I had him 30 because he did not impress me in college. I mean, all he did was hand the ball off. So it's like, everyone's like, well, he won a national championship. I'm like, did he? He just stood there and here you go,
He got an A on the group project.
Right. Yeah. But it's, I don't know. And I don't think the Vikings offensive line being ranked 7 is totally wrong to me. I like Christian Darrisaw, their left tackle. Other than that, there's not much to be desired in my opinion. I mean, without him in the second half of last year, they looked awful. So, yeah, I mean, Kevin O'Connell is. I mean, we know what he can do with quarterbacks, so that's the one thing that I'm hanging my hat on. But I don't know. I mean, he's already had these 2 surgeries, and we all saw him on the sideline for that. Was the wild card game? I mean, he looked so skinny.
Mhm.
Like that's. I mean, it's going to be a lot of work to gain that weight back, while also working out and rehabbing your injury. And so I don't know. I mean, we'll see. I mean, you know, like I said, he does have Kevin O'Connell, and he does have, you know, I mean, between Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison, T.J. Hawkinson. I mean, those are pretty good targets, obviously.
Aaron
So
Jones in the backfield also helped. So there's
yeah. So yeah,
yeah.
I mean, I could see this one going many different ways.
Yeah. Brandon, what about you?
Yeah, I had JJ, and just because he hasn't, well, 2 things. He hasn't played a down of football yet, like, so you guys know how I always place those guys on my list. But just because he hasn't played a down of football, and also just because I didn't like him coming out of college really. So on the original list, when we had 37 quarterbacks, I had him at 34. So
Okay. Yeah. I think that's totally fine. I will finish out the round with one of my favorite guys from last year. Nobody watched this team probably but me last year, and people in New England. Drake May.
Yeah, I like it.
I like Drake May. Man, people got to watch Red Zone because you see good plays from Drake May, and he showed out last year, and unfortunately
Yeah.
nobody watched it.
He was gonna be my pick at 20, but the reason why I didn't pick him is just because I think we haven't seen enough from him yet. With that's the only reason why I didn't pick him. Like otherwise, I would have picked him at 20. But yeah, if for people that you know casuals would be like, oh, who cares about Drake May? Who cares about New England? But when you actually put on the game tape and realize that he was throwing to guys that are 4th and 5th stringers at best, like, come on, man. What is he supposed to do? He actually had a good year with what he was given.
The
So
other piece that I was surprised by and I really liked, especially towards the end of the season, was he showed some flashes in his running ability. His ability
he did.
to evade, I thought was so much better as we got later in the year. So that's why I take him here. Shane, what do you think on Drake?
Yeah, I'm 23. I mean, I think based off what I saw, he seems to have a pretty high ceiling. I just want to see him clean up some of the some of the very big mistakes and things. And I think with with the new coaching staff, he's definitely in a position for success for that. Josh McDaniels, obviously a terrible head coach, but a great OC in my opinion. So yeah, and I mean Vrabel obviously is we know what he's capable of. So I have him 23 right now, but he's one of the guys. Well, there's a second guy who I have on the lower end who I can see making a big leap. He's one of them. So yeah.
Finish us off on Drake May, Scoop. Where'd you have him?
I had him. I think I had him 29 or whatever. 29. And part of that was not entirely his fault. Well, first off, I was sort of a little bit unsure of him coming out of college. And some of that's not entirely his fault. Having him that low it's just I also need to see what the Patriots can put in position around him and how because again the Patriots. I mean, I knew that they were going to fall off when they lost Belichick and Brady. I did not think they were going to, for a period of time, become literally perhaps the worst run offense in the NFL. So I need to see a little bit of evidence there that they're going to be starting to build something back up more consistently. So this is a little bit kind of a victim of his situation, but that's where I have him right now.
Yeah, I think that's totally fair. All right, Shane, start up the next round.
I don't want to take this guy.
You don't want to take anybody.
This feels like torture at this point. These last like 2.5 rounds feel like torture.
Let's speed it up then.
No,
This
it's
is
just
rough.
It's just because I can't stand this guy. Even though I met him and he was really funny.
Who are you taking?
I know.
Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
You're taking Aaron right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Look, I mean,
What I need to know is when you met Aaron Rodgers.
I'll tell you off air. It's not exactly an appropriate
it's not an on-air story.
Okay.
It wasn't not because of me. It's because of what he did. I just want to make
Which
that
was
very
really
clear.
I'm not
funny.
surprised.
It was very funny, but it's pretty bad. Anyways, so the I mean, obviously he's a shell of what he used to be, but I did think, in the second half of last year, he did play pretty well. I mean, it's just, he was just in a awful situation, obviously. So, I think getting a fresh start in a team that has obviously a much better culture than New York and just much better structure. And, I think obviously it'll take him time to build chemistry with his receivers and everything, but I think he'll be fine. I mean, it's not, I have him ranked 20, so it's, I think he'll be just fine, and that's it. Like nothing too crazy. Just another 9-8 season for Pittsburgh and losing the wild card, and there you go.
Yeah, that's the story of the Pittsburgh Steelers. It's going to probably be the case this coming year. Aaron, I had him at 27. Scoop, where do you have Aaron Rodgers?
I had him at 25, but mostly just because I couldn't put him ahead of it, or I couldn't put anybody else ahead of him.
Yeah, I think that's fair. Brandon?
Yep. I'm the same as Scoop. I had him at 25. The legacy should have him higher, but because of all of the way his relationship in Green Bay ended and kind of the slow decline that we've seen since the end of his Green Bay tenure, it's like now if you would have asked me maybe 2 years ago, well, not two, like right before he gets injured for the Jets and misses the season, if you would have asked me where to put him, I would have put him probably somewhere like in the middle, like 16 or so, 15 at that point, because he was declining. But now it's like it feels like last year's numbers weren't terrible, but he did fall off a cliff compared to what he was. And that's why I didn't take him where I took him. Where when I took Trevor at 20, that's why I didn't take Aaron Rodgers. Because I was like, they're both like those guys are kind of ending up near the same level now. So, that's where I left them.
All right, Brandon, continue forward here.
I'm gonna take the other old man still left on this board. Give me Russell Wilson. He did show flashes last year, and he did show flashes even like in the year before in Denver, towards the end of the year. I think right now, between him and Aaron Rodgers, it's like those two guys were at such great heights, and they're both first ballot Hall of Famers, but they're just old now. They're old. They can't, obviously can't move the same. They don't have the same arm that they once did. Russell Wilson can't, nowadays he struggles to complete a pass that's 5 yards in front of him. And, Aaron Rodgers, last year at the Jets, Aaron Rodgers had a lot of overthrows and then underthrows and things like that. Just didn't quite look right. So, but Russell Wilson, I think, is the last quarterback that I really feel comfortable taking it like at this point, these last 2.5 rounds, just because of legacy and because he does have his flashes here and there. He'll have at least a game or two every year where he does ball out again. So I had to take him.
Shane, where do you have the old Seahawks quarterback?
21, right behind Aaron. I mean, pretty much same reason. And I think part of it is for both of these guys is the legacy a little bit. But I do still, to me, they're like, they're, to me, these guys are like the top of the fourth tier of quarterbacks, You have like the top 5 guys, which are the elite. Then you have like, 6 through 12, which are like franchise quarterbacks. Then you have like 13 to 19 kind of in there. And they're like, that's, the quote unquote Kirk Cousins tier, as we always called it. And then you have like the fourth tier, which is like, guys that were good but are kind of washed, or else like guys that are just too young and haven't proved it yet. So yeah.
Yeah. Scoop, where do you have Russell Wilson?
One of you just said that you had him one spot under Aaron Rodgers. I had him one spot over Aaron Rodgers. Mostly because of, I'll be honest, mostly because of the intangibles. I think that he would just it's basically, would I take him over Aaron Rodgers right now? And I would. I know that he's probably not going to bring me quite as much, big plays at this stage of his career, but I think what he is able to do on the field and the fact that he won't be an absolute distraction off the field, I think is worth it.
Yeah, I think that's totally fair there. Okay, let's see. Who's up next? Why am I tripping?
It's you.
It is me.
Oh,
Good.
No, wait. Yeah, is it? No, wait. Is it Scoop or is it you? It's one of you two. It's Scoop.
I think it's me.
Yeah, because you just took Russ. Yeah.
Dude, imagine like 20 or no. Imagine in the Seahawks Packers NFC Championship back in 2015 or whatever that was, and then saying, guess what? In 9 years, these guys are going to play each other on the Steelers and Jets.
Oh my god!
I would have been like, okay.
All right, Scoop, go ahead.
So I'll be honest, when you said you were going to take the last old guy, I honestly thought you were going to take this guy, and I thank God that you didn't, because I've been eyeing him for the last few picks. Give me the guy who almost very close to taking the Cleveland offense on a Cinderella run not too long ago. Give me the guy who I still think had surprising numbers during his last couple stints in Cleveland of all places, when once again they were Cleveland. Give me Mr. Joseph Flacco.
Hey, there you go. Shane's the guy goes off the board here. Joe Flacco.
Greatest quarterback of all time.
I had him at 31. Shane, where did you have him?
22.
I had him at 27. And you know what though? When I said old guy, I should have said, like old guy who's still a starter, like a full-time starter. But
yeah, we're not sure if he's actually going to start with those rookies behind him, but we'll see.
He should. But
he totally should. Yeah.
I don't mind it.
And by the way, for the new listeners, no, I do not actually think Joe Flacco is the greatest quarterback of all time. It's just
yeah.
Because back when he won the Super Bowl and went on his crazy playoff run, everybody was like, Flacco's a top 5 quarterback in the NFL, and I was like, whoa.
I remember that.
Yeah.
I was like, no, he's borderline top 15 at the time.
Yep.
So I just tease people now, and I'm like, yeah, greatest quarterback ever, right there.
It's time to get more young guy love here. Let's go Michael Penix Jr. Had him at 21.
Oh Jesus! The way you phrased that did not sound good. Young guy love, and then you say Michael Penix. Don't do that.
Oh, Jesus.
Don't do that.
Get your head out of the gutter, Brandon. I had him 25.
I couldn't be alone in thinking that.
I know you were. I didn't. So,
Brandon, where do you have Penix?
I had the current Falcon starter. Once again, we haven't seen enough out of him, but what we did see was encouraging. So, I mean, I at least had him inside the top 30. I had him at 29. So
29. Scoop, what about you?
Penix, I have at number 31.
Okay.
yeah,
He's the other guy. Him and Drake May, they're the two that I could see making a big leap for me this year.
yeah,
Yep, 100%.
Yeah, because I like what I've seen with Penix so far, but it's what, 4 games? Like, I need more.
Yeah.
Plus, it's Atlanta, and I don't trust them as far as I can throw them. So,
Yeah, that's what I was trying to weigh, was like the limit of production based on where he was versus himself.
I think they have a bottom 5 coaching staff in the league. So,
Yeah.
That's
they're basically the 2023 Eagles. Tons of talent, no coaching.
Except I would argue they're much worse than that team was.
well, yeah, they don't have nearly the talent they had, but I know what you mean though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways,
All right, Shane, continue it on. Let's go.
okay, I'll take a. Oh wow. Okay.
There's nothing here. You can't.
I'll take the other undersized quarterback in the NFL. I thought he was a bust, but then in the second half of the year last year, he really started to come into his own. I like what I saw. I'll take Bryce Young.
I like it. Yeah.
I have him 24, so still not super high, but I think he's on the right track now. Let's put it that way. So, yeah.
Oh my bad. I just made a mistake on my rankings. Yeah, I had Aaron Rodgers and Russell Wilson mixed up. Yeah, so Aaron's 27, Russell's 28. But yeah. I mean, young guys still proving themselves, but that second half was definitely fun. Brandon, where did you have Bryce Young?
Yeah, I had Bryce at 23, surprisingly. Just because I like what I saw, and it's funny. I had Bryce Young, and this is gonna sound crazy, but when you think of, once again, another quarterback that when you think about it, it's not entirely crazy. I had him above Darnold, Rodgers, Flacco. I had him above those guys just because his second half was really strong. And Carolina is a piss poor franchise that I think he got the most out of what he could. Compared to like Darnold, who collapsed at the end of the year, and Rodgers was a shell of himself, and Flacco was just older. Even though Flacco's still good, but Flacco's not really a full time starter. So yeah, I had Bryce Young at 23. I really like what I saw. Just like we all kind of did at the end of last year. He was, for a time, he was, I even got worried that we were going to lose to them, right after they had gone toe-to-toe with Kansas City. They played us in Philly, and they nearly knocked us off.
I remember that.
Honestly, they should have, but, Xavier Legette has stone hands.
I just remember when that game was happening. I was in Hawaii and I was chilling out at the beach, and you're just blowing up my phone like, "Oh my God, we're not gonna lose to the Panthers right now."
Yeah,
I remember calling you, Brandon, being like, "Relax, you're gonna be fine," and you were almost not.
And
I was like, dude, I'm on the beach, chill.
Yeah, because you're on the beach and it doesn't affect you. I'm at home and it affects me. So,
correct.
But Bryce Young, I saw, we saw flashes against Kansas City. We saw flashes against a great Eagles defense. We see those moments. He just needs a better receiving core. We've said this, and he needs protection. I mean, if he gets just a little bit of that, he'll take another step forward. Will he be great? Not next year, but he'll take that step forward. So I was encouraged by what I saw out of him at the end of last year.
Yeah. Yeah. So, Scoop, where did you have Bryce?
26.
26.
That's fair.
Okay. Oh my God!
And yes, he was going to be my next pick.
All right, Brandon, keep us going here.
Yeah, we're down to the. Actually, do we have enough to do a whole nother? We do have enough to do a whole nother round. If you guys want to do a last round, since we technically have the rest of these quarterbacks on
Yeah,
the board.
we're gonna finish all. We're gonna do. Yeah, we're gonna do another round here to get this all done.
So at this point,
I messed up because I put Russell Wilson on twice, and I was like, oh, and then I forgot one quarterback at the end. But yeah, it's fine.
So there's nothing left, obviously. But at this point, I think I'm gonna probably go with the guy that has the most potential, I guess, at this point, given what he has to work with this season, and how they built around him. So at this point, I'm gonna go Caleb Williams.
Okay.
Just
He's
because,
next for me.
yeah, they gave him the coach. They're trying to give him an offensive line.
They re-signed the GM.
Yeah,
They're both on 5-year deals now. The
they-
GM and the head coach. So
he's got a lot of he's got weapons returning from last year offensively. So and really so really they just need their defense isn't terrible, but their defense blew a lot of games late, or at least big ones that we all kind of saw on national TV. But I still think that now he's got the coach. Now he has a decent offensive line. Now he's got weapons. He should take not just a step forward, a big step forward. If he is as what he was advertised, in college, then we should see it this year. So I'm going with the upside on this one. So that's why I'm taking Caleb Williams.
yeah. Scoop, where did you have Caleb?
Excuse me, sorry. 36.
36. Okay, right at the end.
I am not a Caleb Williams fan at all.
Me neither.
And
Yeah, I'm not.
and I think that again, some of these other guys, it's the if you're going to have a certain level of attitude and a certain type of personality, I need to see a certain level of production from you, especially early on. And I just feel like I haven't seen that. I know he didn't have a lot around him, but the way you were hyped, you should have been able to overcome at least a couple things better than you did, I think. And so, yeah. I he's one of my least favorite quarterbacks in the NFL.
Yeah, I understand that for sure. And
Yeah,
Shane, you said you had him next, right? Like if you
yeah,
had the next
27.
pick. Yeah.
Yeah. I never even going back to college, like particularly USC, when everyone was hyping it up, oh, he's the next Andrew Luck and whatever. I was like, what?
No way.
I
never
didn't see that ever.
I never saw it.
They were calling him the next Mahomes. And I'm like, what the hell are you talking about?
Yeah, I never understood the hype at all. I was like, he's gonna be a bust. Which that could change now. I mean, with Ben Johnson.
That's
being
what I'm banking on here. I mean, like we said, all these quarterbacks at this point in our draft they're not good. So
Right.
it's like and now I'm just banking on the upside of what that Ben Johnson offense could do for him. So,
But he is a first-time head coach, so
yeah,
you never know.
yeah.
But
you had him at what, 27? You said?
yeah,
Okay, good. So once again, we finally got back to where we're in sync. I had him at 28.
good. I'm glad. Thought we were gonna have to go to counseling.
We're gonna have to go to counseling.
We
All right, who's next?
Our marriage.
Scoop is next. Go ahead, man.
Yeah.
That's how we all feel.
Yeah.
All right. Good God.
Yeah.
Because I've been knocking guys the last couple of rounds based on personality, I'll take the guy who came out of this draft like raving, teams raving about his football IQ, about his leadership, about his personality. I don't know how it's going to translate because I know that people think that he's limited physically. He is limited physically, so I don't know how far he'll get. But just based off of what I'm hearing, what I've been hearing about all that stuff, and the fact that it sounds like he's ahead of the other guy that they drafted this year at quarterback, I'm talking about Mr. Dylan Gabriel.
Mm-hmm.
Dylan Gabriel. Oh, that's fun. I like that.
I don't mind that at all. And as a Ducks fan, that's the one thing I can say about him is that he's not the most athletic guy, between the ears, he's rock solid. Like he's very much a he has good intangibles. Like there's so many things that you don't see that goes with a quarterback. It's like the only thing last year I didn't like about him was there's a little bit of indecision.
Yeah,
And there's a little bit, and the red zone turnovers were backbreaking for us, for the Ducks. But I think that he had so many big games last year, and when he was at Oklahoma, um, that I think that if they can kind of tap into the good side of him, or if I think he's better. I do think he's better than Shedeur Sanders, even though people don't seem to agree, and I don't know why. Um, but the athleticism is one thing, but he's got a lot of things like we said, you can't teach. So,
right.
and to me, that goes further. There's been plenty of athletic quarterbacks in the league that haven't panned out because there's nothing between the ears. He's a little bit less on the athleticism side, like we're saying, but he's got all the stuff between the ears. So,
Right.
I like him. I like that pick, Scoop.
And I also think I know not for but like from Cleveland's thing, I kind of feel like maybe what their thought process was, and I don't know because it's Cleveland. I don't know if they have a thought process, but I do kind of wonder if part of the reason they were willing to and did draft Shador is because they already had Dylan Gabriel and they knew that they had a football IQ guy in there and gave him a little bit of something to kind of not necessarily not necessarily compete against in that regard, but somebody who's like, hey, this is the kind of the antithesis of you. Get to work.
Yeah.
A little bit, yeah.
Right.
I'll go with another rookie here. Give me number one, Cam Ward, who chose the number one, got the number one. Another just fun rookie quarterback that I'm really excited to see start.
I have
all right.
28, so
28. I have him 23. Scoop, where do you have him?
Cam Ward, you said?
Yep, Cam.
30.
30.
Yeah, that's about right. Yeah, I'm at 32, so that's fine.
I'm the only one
you...
who. Huh?
Sorry, Shane. Go ahead.
I was just going to talk about Dylan Gabriel for a second, but
yeah, that's what I was going to say. I missed Dylan Gabriel for you. Go ahead on that.
I'm 32, but to me, he's like a. And I'm not saying this because he's left-handed and he's Hawaiian, but to me, he's like a slightly worse version of Tua.
Yeah.
Which that just happens to be a coincidence. But just that sort of a player. And so I'm curious to see how that plays out in a place like Cleveland where the weather is not exactly kind. So, yeah. What were you going to say something else, Robert? Is that
No. I'm just going to check you on Gabriel as well, because Brandon, do you agree with that assessment? Scoop, do you guys both agree with that?
I think, well, I do mostly, except I will fact check Shane as someone who is part Samoan. Tua is Samoan.
No, I know, but I mean they're from Hawaii. Like
yeah.
That's what I mean.
Yeah. I was like, don't you insult my people.
No. I know he's Samoan.
Yeah, but yeah, no, I agree with it. I think that's the thing is Tua was highly not super highly, but highly touted coming out of college when it came to him. If you compare him versus DG, Tua is obviously the better quarterback of the two, but yeah, it's very similar play styles. And I just think that, you know what, I think it's accurate. I would hope that, as a Ducks fan, I would hope that Dylan Gabriel continues the trend of, Oregon Ducks quarterbacks with high numbers after Herbert and Bo Nix did it last year. Um, so I would hope that Dylan Gabriel comes out. I mean, he's not going to be the starter right away, but I hope at some point he has a Tua-ish season like Tua had it a couple years ago where he threw 40 touchdowns in a season. I mean, that'd be nice to see. I don't think we'll get that chance. Well, not 40, but Tua had a season where he threw for that's what I was thinking of, 4,600 yards.
Oh yeah.
So I would hope to see that, but I agree that they're very similar, and I mean, it also just part of that's coincidence, part of that's also just they do have a similar play style. So yeah.
All right, let's keep this going here. Final round. All right, Shane, go ahead.
We got 5 QBs left, and none of them are intriguing.
Yeah.
0.
I have 6 left.
Either way, it's
Wow.
No worries, they're all probably pretty bad.
I'll take Justin Fields. I don't.
I figured out who I left out. It is Jackson. It's Jackson.
Oh,
No,
yeah. I don't think Fields is going to be great in New York, but
no.
I mean, at the very least, he went 4-2 for his first 6 games in Pittsburgh. So, I mean, that's something. But otherwise, I'm like,
Yeah.
Yeah. He should be, I feel terrible saying this, but he really should be like a receiver because he's very quick, good runner, but when it comes to throwing the ball and making good decisions with the ball, yikes.
Yeah, so let me write this down. So what quarterbacks do we have left here?
So after Fields, we now have AR, Anthony Richardson. We have Tyler Shuck, Shedeur Sanders, Daniel Jones, and Jackson Dart. I have them on the
Yeah. So let's see. So we have all right, Brandon, go ahead.
Yeah, at this point, because all the quarterbacks are not good, but I'm gonna go with the guy that is the better of the two in his situation. I think, or at least can rebound from a disastrous season last year. Actually, wait a minute.
Are you second guessing?
I almost have to. I mean, at this point, I don't think it matters. But I guess I'm gonna go with the guy that I think can rebound better. But he has lost his starting job, so I'm gonna go with AR. I'm gonna go with Anthony Richardson.
Anthony Richardson.
Because my God, when he shows the flashes and can throw a deep ball, 65, 70 yards through the air, like he did for a touchdown pass last year. There's the moments, but I mean, he's another guy where the mental side of it is so questionable. He seems like he's very fragile up there,
and the accuracy is horrible.
And the thing is, he's too much of a project. He's a runner. He is a run first quarterback. They were saying that with his kind of build and his game and things like that he could be like a Lamar. I heard those comps before, but he's never going to be Lamar. Never.
That's the frustrating thing is that it's at this point, anybody who's got a strong running ability but struggles to pass, they're going to get the Lamar comp or the Jalen Hurts comp. It's going to be the laziest comp imaginable.
Yeah. It happens to all of them, but it's like
or now Jaden Daniels probably will start.
or now Jaden Daniels. But basically any black QB that's a
I didn't want to say that, but yeah, exactly.
No, I mean
it is true, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's true. It's not wrong, because But the thing is, because they do that to all those kinds of quarterback prospects that are that same build, same look, all that kind of stuff. So it's tough. AR, came out of the gate and everyone's like, oh, well, he's a project, and we knew he was. We knew he was. The only thing is that, and that's why I didn't like him to begin with. When everybody was,
I actually really liked him. I really liked him until the freaking intangible crap came out. That, he had that one instance where like he said he wanted to sit out of a game or wanted to come out of a game, and then it was just all downhill from there.
yeah,
that pissed me off.
I just didn't like him even coming out of college, because even I didn't see what everybody else saw. I saw the athleticism, I saw the running ability, but he was never a passer. And he's got a rocket of an arm, he really does. But I mean, the guy is literally. I mean, we don't know for sure, but it's leaning that way. He's on the verge of losing his job to Haniel Donez. So like, when you're on the verge of losing your job to not even someone that's good, that's a massive red flag. So it's scary. But like, his potential was always kind of there, but that's all I feel like it ever was for him, was just, hey, he's a fun project that could develop into something, but he's not. So, and then the mental side of it's just too much to deal with.
Yeah.
And as a quarterback coach myself, it's like, yes, he has the rocket arm, but it's like every single throw he makes, he just like puts his all into it. It's like, that's not what you're supposed to do. I mean, sometimes you need to if you're getting in a tight window or something, but if you're, and I think a great example of this is Russell Wilson, certainly in his prime, where he would fire it in for a guy, if he was 10 yards away and there's two defenders closing in on him. But, when you're throwing downfield and you're trying to get over somebody, you don't want a hard bullet pat. You want just a nice touch pass with a good arc to it. Mm-hmm. Kyler Murray is also really good at that. So, of course, there are other guys, but he doesn't do that. You have to know based on how your receiver is being defended and everything, how to throw the ball, and he just doesn't. So, yeah.
Yep. Okay. So next up, let's see. Next up is Scoop. Go ahead.
Well, I'm really glad this one guy came down the board, because quite honestly, this is probably the only guy I would have been not disappointed in taking quite nearly as badly. Again, I've been fixating on character the last few ones, and this is really the only one I don't really have concerns character-wise, or don't have, in the case of Tyler Shugg, him coming out today that he's losing a quarterback battle to somebody of whom I've never even heard. So when I hear that, that's kind of a major red flag to me. And most of the other guys, had quarterback or had character concerns, or just have had very poor reports about them recently. So by process of elimination, I'm going to go with the guy who looks set to take, at least temporarily, the job of Mr. AR, and that is Mr. Daniel Jones.
Yeah.
Yikes. Yeah.
I had Jones above Anthony Richardson.
Yeah, I struggled with that. I only took Anthony Richardson because the athleticism is better, but at the same time, and also because he's younger, I think, than Daniel Jones. Yeah, he is.
I mean, we're splitting hairs at this point.
Yeah.
Daniel Jones should also be a receiver.
Yeah, or possibly a running back.
We're finishing up after this pick, right? Or am I tripping?
Two more, or three more. Well, yeah, technically we're finishing up.
Players.
Yeah. There's three more players, but it's your pick at the end here. But I still want to talk about the last two guys that we don't pick.
Yeah, that we just don't select. Yeah, I'm down for that. Shit. I'm gonna take Jackson Dart then.
Yeah. Well, no, you were beatingly drummed for him in the first round of the
Oh, I
draft.
forgot to add Jackson Dart to my.
Yeah.
You're okay. We just added him last minute, but
I
I
still
mean,
would have taken. I still would have taken Daniel Jones, but I forgot that part.
yeah, no, I mean with Dart, I mean the reality is that like he's not gonna play probably. I mean he might, but the likelihood he does is pretty low. But I'm not a big Shador guy. We've said that throughout the whole draft process. And of
Yeah.
course, with Tyler, I mean, again, who knows if he's going to get that job and what his career is going to look like? And I don't know if that's a great situation for him in New Orleans. But
I had Tyler
any
last.
any thoughts for those last few guys here?
Yeah. Dart to me, I I kind of like what New York is doing and trying to somewhat build around him. But I mean, at the same time, here's going to be the confusing part. He's not going to play. And you have to go from. I mean, because Brian Dable, in all likelihood, because the Giants probably will not have a good year, so he'll probably get fired, and they'll probably just try to go from square one. Um, so this is a learning year from Jackson Dart. Uh, I want to see what he does in the preseason and see kind of how he kind of looks because he won't get playing time behind Russell Wilson and Jameis, which that is insane to say that that they're there and that they're both on the same depth chart.
What a great
That's such
locker room.
That's such a weird mix. I love it.
So
Um,
nasty.
Can that be Hard Knocks?
I think they are doing something in season with I think the NFC East. So I think you
Yeah,
are.
NFC East is in season.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
See, this is how much I don't care about Hard Knocks. I don't follow it anymore, really.
I don't, but I'm starting to get scared with the bad omen that Saquon has the Madden cover, and now we're doing in season Eagles Hard Knocks. And I'm like, oh Jesus.
And then the Bills are going to be Hard Knocks.
Yeah, but you know
Yeah, I don't care.
what really hurts me with Jackson Dart too is that the physical gifts are there, and I mean we all kind of said that as the draft came closer that he was like kind of the number one guy on our boards. But what scares me is there's nothing in between those years right now. Like everything that he's kind of said, pre and post draft, and I mean even the whole thing with Gruden where Gruden said, let me hear your cadence or let me hear your thing, and
It's
he was
just a
like,
clap.
yeah, just a clap. He was like, now what do you do if it's an audible or something like that? I forget what Gruden had said, and he claps twice, and he's like, that's it. He's like, yep, that's it. That's what we did for like 4 years. He's like, no, and he says no shit. He's like, no shit. Like that kind of scared me. It's like how much is he gonna have to grow like that? Because that's gonna if Gruden is questioning him like that about kind of those things, and those are little things that make a big difference. Then what's gonna how's he gonna develop? Is it gonna be like I mean that is a major red flag. And Gruden, I think usually when he evaluates quarterbacks, he's pretty spot on with them. I mean, he was, when they did the whole QB, when they did the whole QB camp with a lot of these, quarterbacks like Jalen and Josh Allen and all these different guys, they all had major positives. But Jackson Dart, everything I've been hearing about him around the draft since he got drafted is there's nothing in there. So I'm like, oh, great. So that's not exactly what you want. But the thing is that the athleticism is there, and then what he did in college is just still impressive enough that we thought he was the best quarterback in this draft. So, I don't mind the fact that we're just very, very skeptical, obviously, at this point, because this is our draft and we have him so low. But anything's possible. If he learns a lot from those two veteran quarterbacks in front of him this year, and those are two guys that have a ton of experience, and one of them is a Super Bowl champion. Maybe something could rub off on him, but we'll see.
Yeah. Scoop, any final thoughts on this draft?
Excuse me. I enjoyed it. I liked that there was like a balance of, I don't want to say realism necessarily, but like there was a balance of like chalkiness, but also, intriguing board shakeups, I guess. And I liked kind of how we were looking at quarterbacks like differently. I liked, like for example, I didn't think we were going to all pick like have the same rankings, but I like that we like were having different mentalities. And like people were saying, "Oh wow, I can't believe you had him that high," or that type of thing. That was always pretty interesting as well. Didn't really appreciate. I think it was like 3 different times that Brandon took the guy that I was about to take, but
Brandon and
seriousness,
Shane took our stuff today.
but in all seriousness, no, this was a lot of fun, and I look forward to kind of seeing how things play out based on how we saw things today, and kind of seeing how those things actually play out over the course of the season.
Yeah, Shane, for you, any final thoughts?
Yeah, I think we were. I think as a whole, we were much more in sync this year as opposed to previous seasons with this draft and our rankings and whatnot. Obviously, there's going to be some here and there that are like, "Whoa, what?" But yeah, no, I'm looking forward to the running back draft.
Yep, running backs and receivers.
Me too, brother.
Running backs and receivers are next up. We're doing running backs next week and then receivers the following week. Brandon, this is your final show before you head out to Portugal, but we'll see your running back and receiver rankings as we go through the next few weeks. What are your reactions to this draft, and how do you think running backs and receivers are going to shake out?
Yeah, I definitely think I'm in lockstep with Shane. This was fun because we were all pretty much in the same ballpark for a lot of these picks for 90% of them. So it just goes to show that we kind of view quarterbacks pretty similarly. And I think that's just a thing that I think over the years we've kind of learned each other's like tendencies and like how we kind of pick things and how we kind of go about like our thought processes. But I'm pleased with this one. I like it. I got plenty of the guys I wanted for like the first time in forever. It feels like my draft went well, outside of 1 or 2 guys, but which usually never happens. I usually get maybe 1 or 2 guys that I want and everybody else I'm not happy with, and so this one I feel good about. But going forward, the running back one's gonna be fun because we talk about like with quarterbacks. There's maybe like the top 15 where you feel okay, and then the back half is like, ooh, like you're like, no, that's not good. With the running backs, there's maybe 6, 7 that you're good about, and then the rest of them, it's like, okay, where the hell do I put them? So, so that's really tough. The running backs are going to be really tough, and obviously, it's going to sound funny to say this, but when you guys do the duck race, and I'm part of it, please let me know. I really hope I finish first because everybody and their mother knows who I'm picking first. If I get it.
If your guy's available, we'll just give him to you.
Who would that be, Brandon?
I don't think he will be because I don't think I'm gonna end up first. If I end up first, it's just you just auto draft for me.
We can tag you in front auto draft. We can make you make a list and auto draft. I guess.
I'm gonna make a list, but I think it was easy making this list compared to previous ones that we've done, but for the next ones coming up for running backs, wide receiver, things like that, I'm gonna have a very hard time. Wide receiver was my toughest one last year, but running back is definitely a tough one because it's really a crapshoot after that first like top 5 to 7 guys. So that's gonna be fun. That show's gonna be fun. I wish I could be a part of it, but the time difference is crazy. So
that's totally fine. That's totally fine. Take your vacation now before the season starts. That's what I always say with
need
this.
it. Oh, yeah.
But yeah. Brandon, do you want to lead us since Will is unable to join us? Do you want to lead us into our movie this week, Brightburn?
Oh boy. So let me just start by saying one thing about this movie. Brightburn is, I mean, this isn't hard to be better than Imaginary. The last but and you know what's funny? I like the kind of darker take on and what like Will was saying, because I remember this even when this movie came out, people were saying they shared this same sentiment of when this movie came out. Oh yeah, it's if there was basically a dark version of Superman. Like if there was a evil version of Superman, this is what it would be. And that's pretty
Except,
obvious.
is it really though? And here's why I say this. Because it's just the only reason he does the stuff that he does is because he has a demonic voice in his head telling him, "Hey, we got to rule the world."
Well, he
Like
is.
what?
He is from another planet, just like Superman is. He does come down
Yeah.
another planet. Like there are some the X-ray vision. So there is a lot of there's a lot of striking similarities between the two. But it's definitely like this movie. I remember being hyped for it when it came out because I thought the trailer looked good, and then as I'm watching it, I'm like, this isn't gripping me the way I thought it would when I first like what I remember from it. And I think when it comes to something horror movies, especially more recent ones, the last like 5-10 years, it's kind of hard to get it just right. And especially when you have a concept, like, because a lot of them either have a concept that you've never heard before, like a concept that seems fresh and original, but it's like you don't know what's going on, or you have something like this where it's like, okay, it's a superhero horror film, and or you have like something like Imaginary, which has been done 1,000 times before, so it's very formulaic. Um, so it's tough. I feel like in general, this movie kind of got everything that it could out of its premise. Obviously, the little teaser at the end didn't come to fruition. I would have kind of liked to see what would happen if we kind of would have had another a sequel to this, and had it been, oh, there's other people and other kids out there like this kid that are basically evil, villains. But it's really weird. It's the acting to me in this isn't the best. I mean, it is. It feels very B movie ish, but then again, it's not. It's not a. It's not a massive production. I mean, it is basically, Stage Six, Screen Gems. It's not like they're big companies, but it's not like it's like an A-list thing. So
They had a budget of $6 million, so yeah, no, it's very small,
Yeah.
yeah. So
relatively.
yeah. So, and I mean, outside of, I didn't know anybody in this movie outside of Elizabeth Banks. So,
Me neither.
so, and I mean, she had the best performance, obviously. I mean, she's a seasoned actress. Uh, I mean, everything in this movie kind of felt predictable, I guess. I mean, you kind of just knew like the story itself, even though it's something we haven't seen kind of quite before, it just felt like you just knew everything that was coming. The scares to me, like the actual like murder sequences, I liked how gruesome they were. That was cool. So I thought that the kind of the visual effects on that stuff was fine. But other than that, I mean, the story is just, it's unique in a way because it is kind of a flip on a superhero genre, but it just doesn't feel like it was fully realized. I guess is probably the best way to describe it. I mean, but what do you expect for a budget of $6 million and not it's only an hour and a half. It's barely an hour and a half. This movie.
Mhm.
So I mean, they couldn't do a whole lot with it. Uh, I but it does definitely, it's definitely interesting because as much as it's a kind of an evil superhero movie, it's it's also a coming of age because they do explore a lot of the coming of age themes in this movie, which I thought were really interesting. About a kid that's coming to his teenage years, pretty much. A kid, he's dealing with, at least for a very very brief moment in this film, dealing with how to talk to both his family and also a girl on school that initially has a kind of a crush on him. Um, kind of navigating that, uh, but this movie is like it's kind of like the first of its kind where I'm like, this is kind of bizarre that I don't have a firm opinion of it. It kind of just feels like it's whatever. Um, and so it's like if I had to give it a rating, uh, you know, I mean, what we gave Imaginary like what 3 out of 10, I
A
think.
3. Yeah.
I think this is like for me this is a 5. So,
Yeah.
uh,
I gave this a 6. The parents pissed me off throughout the whole movie.
yeah,
They were
yeah,
so stupid. Like,
yeah,
intentionally, of course. I wish we saw a little bit more of, like, his backstory and just, like, the kid's
yeah.
backstory. And, like,
That
it's just
yeah,
like, okay, I mean, I get why we're just jumping to it. And I feel like it stuck with me. Like, the gore, some of the horror pieces. Again, like, I haven't watched a ton of horror, so this stuff's going to kind of stick with me a little bit. Kind of nudge me a little, which is good. It's the point of a horror movie. But it's like the parents could have like done so much more with it, I think it's like, okay, we love you, oh now you're killing people, like, okay, like you didn't notice that he's weird beforehand, you had to wait 12 years, like, okay, sure, I mean, whatever. So
Yeah.
it's fine, but like it's a 6 for me. I think we'll get better movies as we go through, but yeah, Shane, what are your thoughts?
Um. Yeah. In general, I'm not a horror fan because I don't really find any of them scary. So I just end up
That's a
being
complete different position from where I'm at right now, which is wild.
yes. Yeah.
you'll get there.
So
You'll get there.
so I just end up being I just end up being bored senseless when I'm watching most horror movies because, and the reason I say this, if it's a horror movie that actually has a good story and characters and something to follow, then that's great. But if it's one like this, where I think it's a really cool, unique idea that's just
Yeah.
very poorly executed.
Yep.
So it's yeah, I don't know. I don't hold it in the highest regard.
Yeah.
Just because in my thing with horror, it's like I know that. See, I can get emotionally invested in movies because I can relate to something that a character is going through or whatever the case may be. But for horror, I don't find it scary because it's like, okay, well, this psycho killer or whatever is not going to come out of the screen and kill me or something. Like, and I mean, a lot of times if it's a more fictional thing, like like a supernatural kind of enemy or killer or whatever, I'm like, okay, well, this would never happen, so whatever. I don't care. Like a doll's not going to come to life while I'm sleeping and stab me or something. You know what I mean?
Interesting.
So I just don't like it. Great movie, but my heart rate was probably 60 the whole time. I was just like, okay, yeah, cool.
That It 2017 hit me pretty hard.
Well,
Harder
Yeah,
than this.
no.
It's actually a good movie.
Yeah. No, you know what though, it is. But you know what's funny is like if you're watching a horror movie in theaters, it's not that you're scared by it. It's that the jump scares are so loud, you're startled by the loud noise. You're not startled by the
Right.
happening on the
Yeah.
screen. You're startled
Yeah,
by the
that
Yeah.
loud
that
bang.
right.
So
That's exactly it.
like
Um,
that's how I feel when it comes to horror. Like I'm not scared by them. It's just that it's the over reliance on like jump scares and things like that.
right. And it just feels
Yeah.
lazy, and it pisses me off. Um,
Yeah.
so I don't watch them. But
But versus a quiet place, when we did that, that's different.
right, because that's
It's not
actually because
necessarily scary as much as it's interesting. Like A Quiet
that's-
Place is
Yeah.
a very interesting concept, and
that doesn't rely on jumps or that relies on actual real tension.
Yeah.
yeah,
That's the difference, and it does it
Yeah.
really well.
Yeah.
But yeah, like you said, Robert, it's not. I mean, it's technically horror, but it doesn't. To me, it's more so like a survival thriller, is what I
Yeah.
would call it. But yeah, anyways, what the kind of movies that scare me the most are movies like Gone Girl, where
Yeah.
Yeah.
that
Where I'm
can
like,
actually
okay, this-
happen. Yeah,
this could actually happen.
Yeah.
And I've been in not situations like that, but I've had known dated people in the past and known people who were not like that, but
dealing with crazy stuff and like
yeah, and so I can just imagine myself in that situation. It's like, oh god, no, I don't.
yeah.
So yeah, so that's
What do you rate Brightburn then? What's your rating?
probably a D. I like to do letter grades. Yeah, I'd say a D. I mean, I give him props for the premise and trying it, and also I'll say D plus actually because as a filmmaker myself, I understand how difficult a low budget thing can be. So, making a production of this size with an actress like Elizabeth Banks, who I mean, she's not cheap. Like
Yeah.
I respect that. So I'll give it a D plus for those two reasons. But otherwise, yeah.
This is
boring.
produced by James Gunn, which is part of the reason Will wanted to do it this week. Obviously, with Superman coming out, they're just completely different movies.
Well,
There's
it
nothing-
was also written by his brothers.
Yeah,
Or
Mark
no,
and-
cousins.
Your cousins.
yeah.
Mark
And it's like,
whatever.
but
yeah,
they're obviously completely different. There's not a lot of layover. Obviously, it's still Superman, but in a very different way. So I mean, I don't know. There's not much comparison there, but I think it's important to mention. But yeah, otherwise, not great. Kind of average. About where most people rated it, even at the time too. For you, Scoop, in terms of like horror movies, how do you view horror in terms of filmmaking and your approach in terms of watching movies?
I'll be 100% honest with you. I've watched 2 horror movies in my life. One of them was Smile, which my best friend made me watch. And then the other one was I don't even remember the name of it. It was something my ex made me watch because it was like she was a huge horror fan. So I figured I'll figure this out. But my best friend was very disappointed because I told her at the end of it I had to tell her that my light was on and my door was open the whole time. And apparently she was not aware of that and not thrilled with that. Suffice it to say, horror is not my thing. I know very little about it. I don't really intend to learn that much about it. I will listen to you guys talk about it all day long. But I tried to get myself to watch it at one point. I got to the balloon and I was done.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Horror's definitely not for everybody. It's still taking me a little bit for sure, but Yeah, I think that's it. Well, for myself, for Shane, for Brandon, for Scoop, for Will, who unfortunately had some audio issues. We'll see you all next week for the running back draft. We'll see you then.
Good night, y'all.
Sounds
Peace.
good, boys. Take care.